Hey guys, welcome to math time. It's going to be another easy math day because it's all review right now. We're just using those bigger numbers. You were going to say, Miss Bowden, this stuff is so easy right now. And that's because it is. It's so easy right now. So here's what we're going to do today in math. We're going to do 2 lessons again today. And we're going to go over those tricks that I've taught you. But all you have to really do is just truly pay attention. Because remember, sometimes we like to flip-flop some things on you. So you just have to read and take your time and write those numbers down. And we'll be good. So what we're first going to start doing today is we're going to be doing 10 more than a number, 10 less than a number, 1 more than a number, 1 less than a number. So the first part of your worksheet is just drawing or crossing off. So what we're going to do is Miss Bowen's going to give you an example. So if I've got, well, first off, let's start with the picture and then I'll go back to my little trick that we used to do. Okay, so if we've got this picture drawn, I've got this picture drawn. What number is that? 45. Very good. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tens. 10, 20, 30, 40. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. 45. Very good. Okay. This is number 45. It's number 45. If I want 1 more than 45, am I going to draw 1 10 or am I going to draw 1 1? 1 more. If I do 1 more, that's just basically like we're adding 1. So we would draw 1 more dot, 1 more unit, and now we didn't change the tens. We only changed the 1. So we went from 5 ones to 6 ones. So now we've got the number 46. Only the ones place value changed. Okay, let's take the same number, 45. I'm going to take the same number, 45. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. And if I say I want 10 more, that's like we're adding 10 to it. So when I add 10 more, I'm going to just draw, correct, 1 more 10 to it. So how many tens do we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens. I've got 5 tens. And how many ones do I have? I still have 5 ones. So 10 more than 45 is 55. And that's because only the tens place value changed because I was only adding 10. Okay, so now with that, let's go over Miss Bowden's trick. Okay, so we can easily draw 10 more, which is a stick, or we can draw 1 more, which is a dot, and that'll help us figure out our number because we can already count it and be there. But here's Miss Bowden's simple trick. Okay, so if we've got this number, here's my number we're going to work with, 62. Which number is in the tens place? The 6. Which number's in the ones place? The 2. Very good. Okay. So if I say I want 1 more than 62, 1 more, I want you, and I say 1 more, to underline the ones place. So what number would I be underlining? The 2. Very good. I would be underlining the 2 for 1 more. So that means that this number is going to stay the same. So I'm going to show you with that arrow way. I'm going to draw an arrow, and I'm just going to put +1 because it's telling me I want 1 more. That's all that is. It's just saying I want 1 more. So that's 6 because I underlined the ones place. That's going to change. That 6 is going to stay the same. So we're still going to keep those 6 tens. But I need to change this 2. And I need to go up a number. What number comes after 2? 3. So I went from 2 to 3, but I kept my 10s the same because I only did one more. So we just choose the ones up by 1. Okay, let's take that same number. 62. My arrow is kind of like my equal sign. All right, this one I want, look at what I put, plus 10. That means 10 more. Which number am I going to be changing? 10 more. The tens place. So we're going to underline the tens place because the tens is going to be changing, which means the 2 is going to stay the same. So I'm going to keep the 2 and the ones place the same, but I'm going to change that 6. I'm going to go up 1 from that 6 because it's really that 6 tens. So I'm going to add a 10 to that 6. And so 6 tens plus 1 10 give me 7 tens. So 62, 1 plus 1, 1 more than 62 is 63. 62 plus 10, 10 more than 62 is 72. When you do 1 more, we're changing the ones. When we do 10 more, we're changing the tens. All of this applies to 1 less, 10 less. Let's go back to our drawing of 45. Okay, here's our drawing of 45. I want 1 less, so it's like I'm taking away 1. It's like I'm taking away 1. To show I'm taking away 1, what do? Cross off a 1. Very good. We're going to cross off a 1. And how many do I have? 44. Very good. I have 44. That's what happens when we take away. Now, same problem, except this time I want to do 10 less, which is like we're taking away 10. So I have 45, and it's like I'm taking away a 10, so we're going to cross off a stick, which is a representation of a 10. Now what do I have? 10, 20, 30, 5. So only that tens place value changed because I only took away the tens. Up here, I only took away from the 1, so that ones place value change. Here, I only took away from the 10, so that tens place value change. So it still works with that number 62. I'm going to do it again with the same numbers, except this time my arrow is going to say -1 or -10. You try it. What am I underlining here? Take 1 less. Underline the ones. Very good, which means the 6 stays the same. The 6 stays the same. And I take 1 less than that 2, which becomes a 1 because that's the number that's changing. So I went from 62, 1 less, is 61. What about 10 less? Which place am I keeping the same? I'm keeping the ones the same. I'm changing the 6. Very good, because the 6 is in the tens place. So we're changing the 6 so that 2 stays the same. Now we change the 6. That tens, 6 tens, take away 1 10. We're left with 5 tens. Very good. So just like our picture, the tens went down, and right here the tens went down. Or when the ones went down, the ones went down right here. So that's all we're doing today for the first part of our lesson. It's going to get you guys to start to notice patterns on your own. So for the first part, it's just drawing a 10 or crossing off a 10 and writing your new answer. And then this is kind of like the arrow way. It's going to tell you what to do, and you need to draw the arrow way like Miss Bowden did between the blocks and put your starting number at the first block like they did. They said 10 more than 75. So they started with 75. They drew the arrow for plus 10. So really only the tens is going to be changing. So you can keep the 5 ones the same, and 1 10 more than 7 tens would be 8 tens. This one is 10 less than 88, I think that says, right? Yep. So you would do 88 here, draw your arrow with minus 10, and take away right there. So that's kind of what we just did in our video. That's going to be super simple. Then the second part of the page is mainly just really noticing those patterns. So like Miss Bowden did, the easy trick, 10 more, underline your tens place and then change that. One more, underline the ones place and only change that. One less, underline the tens place and only change that. 10 less, underline the tens place and only change that. Now they do have some tricky ones in here. Miss Bowden's gonna go over with them with you. I think you would be able to challenge yourself with them because I think it'd be pretty easy if you truly think about that when you're counting what the next number would be. But we do have, let's see. There's only, remember, so I taught you the rule where, just now, I taught you the rule that if it is one less, you're only changing the ones place value. The tens doesn't change. There's only one exception to that rule, and that one exception is this number. Miss Bowden's gonna grab another sheet of paper and I'm gonna show you, is this number. If you have this number, 80, and you want one less than 80, well, if we underline the ones place, that's a 0. What's one less than 0? Can you take away any from a 0? You can't. But if you're counting backwards, like when you count from 10 backwards, we say 10, 9. So that 9 comes after that 0, but we lose a 10 because we're going down. Even from 20, think about that. Count backwards from 20. 20, 19. So we went from 20 to 19. We went from 20 to 19. So we lost a 10 because we had to go back a 10, but we started at the top of that 10. So really, one less, we're going to change that 0 to a 9, and we're also going to lose a 10. That's only when you have that 0 there. And the only other time is like if we've got 99 and we want to add 1, or 89 and we want to add 1. We're changing that ones place only, but after 9 comes 10. So because after 9 comes 10, that means you have to change it to a 0, because in a 10 we have a 0, but you're also upping a 10, which would put it at 90. And the next number after 99 is 100. I think you guys can figure that one out just by simple counting, but we had to kind of just do a little explanation for it. Those are going to be a little bit challenging, but not really, because you guys should know your numbers and you'll do great. So anyway, finishing off that page, you're going to do that at the top. And at the bottom, you have to notice the sequence. Remember, I told you as you do these pages, they get harder. So now here's the really hard part right here at the bottom, where you have to pay attention to how it's counting. Is it counting up? Is it counting down? When it's counting, let's see, let's do an example. Let's do this one. 50, 51, 52, am I counting up or down? I'm counting up. But am I counting up by ones? Am I changing the ones place? Or am I changing the tens place? Yeah, I'm only counting up by ones. 51, 52, the next number would be 53. Okay. But look at this one. 79, 78, 77. Am I counting up or down? I'm counting down. Very good. I'm counting down. Am I changing the ones or the tens? The ones, I'm still in the 70s, so that would be 76. But if you look at G right here, 57, 67, blank, 87. What am I counting by? 10. So you have to figure out that missing 10 right there. So those are just really cool patterns that you're just going to have to try to figure out on your own if you can get up to that part, okay? Okay. The next lesson that we're going to do is super simple as well. It is going back and reviewing our alligator's mouth. Remember that alligator's mouth does what? Eats the bigger number. Very good. Okay. So remember when you draw that alligator's mouth, like if we have the number 85 and we have the number 76, which number is bigger? 85. So our alligator's mouth is going to eat that bigger number. So when we do this, we really are saying 85 is greater than 76. Okay, now here's another one. What if I have this? Look at what Miss Bowden did. Do I have numbers there? No, I don't have numbers there. I've got the numbers and the place values. So what you need to do is figure out what numbers those are. So let's read it. 9, 10, 6 ones. What number is that? 96. I'm going to write 96 underneath it. 6 ones, 5 tens. Be careful. 6 ones, 5 tens. So go backwards. 5 tens, 6 ones. 56. Which one's bigger? 96. Very good. So we would say 96 is greater than 56. Very good. So on the first part of your page, you've got a mixture of some of those numbers and some of those place value forms. So underneath that place value, write the actual numbers and put the alligator's mouth. As you're putting the alligator's mouth, then all you have to do is say 85 is greater than 73. You do not have to write it. You can just verbally say it. You don't have to write is greater than, is less than, or is equal to, because I know the directions say, oh, it doesn't say to write it. It just says to do that. Later on, you're going to be writing it. So, same thing for this page, for your second page. You're going to be doing the alligator's mouth again. So remember, if it's like this one says 29, you're going to write 29 on a line because it already has the number there. 2 tens, 9 ones. What number is that? 29. Very good. So 29, 29, we would have equal to. So I would have to do my saying 29 circle is equal to 2 tens, 9 ones, because it would say 29 equal 29. So that's what you're going to do for this part. Basically how you would say it, you're going to be circling one of those choices to make it true and writing them on this line. And then down here, you're going to fill in that alligator's mouth, but look what's going on. Tens and ones, tens and ones. Do we like that? No, I want you to rewrite the numbers next to them on the side. You can write this number on this side and this number on this side to better help you understand it. Then do your alligator's mouth, okay? So see if you can figure it out. Remember, that's the last problem on the page. That one's more of a challenge and a little bit of a tougher one for it. But you guys know how to decode that place value. We're just dealing with those bigger numbers. Be careful though, because on some of them it might flip those ones and tens again. So make sure you read it carefully, okay? So yeah, this is our big review today for math, which is super simple. And then tomorrow is going to be just as simple as well, because it's just going to be practicing counting. Instead of to 100, we're going to go past 100 like we've done and just go up to 120. So everything's just kind of a big review right now of everything we've done, but we're just adding with bigger numbers now. So it just makes it more fun having those bigger numbers, right? Yeah, okay. So I hope you guys have a fabulous day today. I am looking forward to seeing you guys on your Zoom meeting, and I want y'all to have a wonderful day. Look for my last video for our Zoom meeting preparation for you guys to bring a little writing for us to do, or I'll tell you something else to bring if you would like. But yeah, I can't wait to see you guys. I miss y'all all so much. Have a great day. Bye.